In 2013, the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce was hosting its annual general meeting. Lillian Piper at the time was the president, and I believe my general manager at Flow, Jeffrey Baptiste, was the vice president. They needed someone to chair their AGM. And so I believe Jeffrey recommended me as the person who could chair the AGM, and so I chaired the AGM of the DAIC that year. A section of the AGM provided an opportunity for 3 prominent business persons to speak about how they navigated through the challenges and the difficulties of business over the years. They were Mrs. Janice Armour, Mr. Gary Ed, and Mr. Macmillan John Baptiste. When I heard the stories of those persons, I thought to myself that this should not be limited to just this one room. And so I threw out a challenge to the media persons who were present on that day and suggested that maybe someone should take on the challenge of creating a platform to allow those persons to share their stories. And so that evening I went home, I thought about it, and I said, but you know what, probably I could take on the challenge. And so I did. I went to Q95, spoke to Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, and at the end of it all, we ended up with Mondays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. for the In the Spotlight radio show. The first show was aired on May 13th, 2013, with the first guest being Mrs. Janice Armour, one of those 3 persons who actually inspired the start of the show from the DAIC AGM. The In the Spotlight radio show, as the name implies, spotlights the lives of the people of Dominica, our people, their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations, their struggles, their challenges, their pains. It provides an opportunity to inspire others and to motivate others as these persons share their stories. The show is aired on Monday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. on Q95 FM radio. And once Facebook Live became a thing, then we started going and utilizing Facebook Live as well. The anniversary show on the 15th will bring us to just over 260 shows, averaging at least 26 shows a year. And in my view, that's not too bad at all. So that's what we're about, the In the Spotlight radio show, and we continue to look forward to doing this as long as we can. I believe persons tuned in the first time and continue to listen to the program, tune into the program. One, I think because of the host, and I believe people like conversational type human interest stories. And, you know, I think I provide a really good platform, a comfortable platform that persons can come and sit with me like we're in a bar, having a conversation, having a drink. And I think that is one of the reasons why people tune into the program. I believe people love human interest stories, stories where people talk about their lives and their experiences, good or bad. And so, because it's human interest stories, and every time there's the opportunity to hear a new story, new adventures, new challenges, new hopes, new experiences, I think that causes people to return to the program. And I think the program is very impactful. The fact that it motivates and inspires, you know, people are always looking for that. And I have a story where a very good friend of the show shared with me one time that there was someone they knew that a very night of one of the shows we were having, that person was actually contemplating suicide. And this is not a story, this is actually the truth. And the person was listening to the guest on the show that night, and that literally saved the person's life, because the person chose not to do that on that night of that particular guest. These are the reasons why people tune in to the show. The In the Spotlight radio show audience is very diverse. I have met mothers who have said to me that they allow their children to listen because, of course, it is that type of family type program where anyone can listen. There are members of my audience who simply listen via the radio, and that's quite fine for them. There are those who love to see the guest, and so they tune in via the Facebook Live of the In the Spotlight radio show. There are those who just enjoy the show and they meet me every day and they talk about the show and they talk about that guest, boy, I heard you last night, and so on. And I really, really enjoy that. I enjoy getting feedback. I enjoy hearing from our guests. There are those who tune in and they comment, they react, they engage, they interact during the Facebook Live, and I appreciate that. There are persons who will send me messages during the show. After the show, they'll send me questions, you know. I really love my audience, and I want to say thank you to them for being here over the last 10 years. There are maybe one or two who may have stopped listening for whatever reason, or who probably just don't have the time. I hope that you can come back to the fold and tune in and join us, especially after the anniversary celebrations. We're really looking forward to having you join us back. Thank you to everyone who listens and supports in any way. So the future of the show continues to be bright. There are still very much many stories to tell, and I look forward to providing the platform to allow persons to tell those stories. There's a lot of areas that I've not gone into. So for example, farmers. I want to bring more farmers on. I think I've only had one farmer. I want to bring on, you know, a lot of the areas that we've not touched. I'm really looking forward to providing the opportunity for those persons to share their stories with us. So another 5, maybe another 10 years, who knows? But we intend on continuing. The future of the In the Spotlight radio show is very bright. As we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the In the Spotlight radio show, and many persons who know me knows that I'm someone who shows a lot of gratitude. I am always thankful, I am always grateful for whoever supports me in any way. And I really would like to say thank you to Mr. Gregoire for providing the platform that I can use to share those stories on the In the Spotlight radio show. I also want to shout out JL Joseph. You know, JL was there at the beginning at Q95 when the In the Spotlight radio show started, and she really worked hard to get some sponsors and to get the show going. She also did, I think, the outro and some other things for the program. So thank you, JL. Thank you to the listeners who consistently tune in and support the program. Those sponsors who have supported us over the years, so very grateful, so very thankful for your support. We're doing our 10th anniversary celebration, and many of you have already come forward to provide some gifts and prizes for our giveaways and everything that we're doing. If you would like to make a cash contribution to help us, so I could give GK here something, for his hard work that he's doing. He's all the way at Peak at Portsmouth with me today, and definitely, he deserves to be compensated for that. So in whatever way that you can support us, it would be very, very appreciated, and we thank you sincerely. I cannot call everybody's name, but thank you everyone who have come through on this program, supported in any way possible. We are very, very grateful. Very importantly, thank you to the guests who have consented. Some have had to persuade, some since I asked they're okay, because telling your story, telling the world about your life may not be the most comfortable and easiest thing to do, but many of you have come through, you've accepted the challenge, you've accepted the request, and you have made it happen. We thank you so much, and we're looking forward to many more guests coming through. Please remember to follow our In the Spotlight radio show page. We also have a fans page as well. Leave a review on the page. We appreciate reviews. Follow us, like us. Also, we are also on Instagram. We appreciate your support there as well. So again, guys, I'm truly excited to be celebrating 10 years of the In the Spotlight radio show. And I thank all of you again for whatever part you've played throughout the last 10 years.